A millionaire spent millions trying to cure his little girl. Doctors failed. Priests failed. Even the best hospitals in the world failed. For 7 years, his daughter had lived in silence. But one day, in the middle of a noisy city square, a ragged homeless girl stepped forward with nothing but a dirty plastic bottle. People laughed at her. The millionaire raged. Yet when the girl lifted the bottle to the child's lips, the impossible happened. And one word changed everything. Stay with me. This is a story you'll never forget. The city square was alive that morning. Shoes clattered against stone. Traders called from their stalls, and laughter rose from every corner. But for one little girl, there was no sound. 7-year-old Leah sat quietly by the fountain, her small hands folded in her lap. Her blonde hair caught the sunlight. Her neat blue vest hugged her tiny frame, and her curious eyes followed the crowd. But she heard nothing. She had never heard anything. Since birth, silence was all she knew. Silence wrapped around her like a cage. Her throat carried weight, a heaviness she could never explain. She had never spoken, not once. Her father, Mr. Adrian Cole, one of the richest men in the city, had spent fortunes trying to change this. Specialists had flown in from across the world. Hospitals had run endless tests. Priests had prayed. Scientists had experimented. Nothing worked. Money could buy him everything, except his daughter's voice. That morning, Leah clutched the edge of the fountain and watched as water danced into the air. Her lips trembled, as if she longed to speak, but the silence held her prisoner once again. Then, a shadow fell across her. She turned. A girl stood there, dirty, thin, and trembling. Her shirt was gray and torn, clinging to her frail frame. Her braids were tied with a faded pink string. Her hands, rough from begging, clutched a battered plastic bottle against her chest. The girl's name was Maya, but in that city no one cared about her name. To them, she was only a beggar, a stain on the streets, something to avoid. But on that day, Maya's eyes locked on Leah. "You're thirsty, aren't you?" she whispered. Leah blinked. Her throat was dry. She swallowed, but she could not answer. Maya stepped closer. "I saw you. The way you touch your throat like it hurts. I know that look. I've seen it before." She lifted the bottle, holding it out with both hands. Inside was a liquid that made the crowd wrinkle their noses. It was pale brown, murky, with little specks floating around. Not water, not juice, something strange. "Drink," Maya said softly. "Just a little. It might help." Leah froze. Her father's warnings rang in her mind. Never take anything from strangers, especially not from the streets. But her eyes stayed on the bottle. Maya's voice sharpened. "Don't look at me like I'm crazy. I know what this is. My grandma made it before she died. She said it had power. It's the only thing I kept after she was gone." Leah's lips parted, but no sound came. "You can't talk, can you?" Maya whispered. Her voice cracked, but her eyes did not move away. "That's why you stare but never answer. You're trapped just like me. They don't hear you either." Leah's chest rose fast, as if Maya had just spoken her secret aloud. "Then drink," Maya urged, thrusting the bottle forward. "What do you have to lose?" A couple in fancy clothes walked past. The man sneered. "Disgusting. Feeding her poison." The woman tugged his arm. "Ignore them." Maya's face burned with shame, but she didn't drop the bottle. "See? That's what they think of me. Trash. Dirt. But this," she shook the bottle. "This is all I have. And I swear, it's not poison. Saved me once. It might save you." Leah stared into her eyes. Maya's eyes weren't lying. They were desperate, honest. With trembling fingers, Leah reached out. She took the bottle. Its surface was sticky, rough. Maya guided it to her lips. "Just a sip," she whispered. "Don't be greedy. Let it touch your throat." Leah tilted the bottle. The liquid touched her tongue. Bitter, earthy, strange. She gagged and coughed, eyes watering. "Slow," Maya cried, snatching it back. "Don't spit it out. Let it stay. That's how it works." Leah coughed again, clutching her throat. but she swallowed. Warmth spread down her throat, tingling, alive, something she had never felt before. Maya's eyes softened. Good. That's it. You'll see. Maybe it'll do for you what it did for me. What do you mean? Leia's eyes seemed to ask. Maya answered quickly. I was sick once. Couldn't breathe. Doctors gave up. But Grandma made this. She forced me to drink it. The next morning I was fine. She called it a gift. Before Leia could react, a voice thundered across the square. Step away from her. Her father. Mr. Cole's polished shoes pounded against the stone. His face burned red with rage, fear written in every line. Maya froze, clutching the bottle to her chest like a shield. I didn't hurt her, she cried. I swear I didn't. Silence, his voice boomed. How dare you touch my daughter with that filth? The crowd gasped. People in suits and dresses gathered, whispering. A homeless child offering a millionaire's daughter something from a dirty bottle. It was unthinkable. But Leia stood trembling between them, her hand pressed to her throat. She was thirsty, Maya shouted, her desperation breaking through. She couldn't ask. She couldn't say it. But I knew. I gave her what my grandma gave me. I just wanted to help. Mr. Cole pulled Leia behind him, his voice sharp with fury. Do you realize who she is? Do you realize what you've done? She could be poisoned. Maya's lips quivered, but she stood her ground. No, she's not poisoned. Look at her. He turned to scold his daughter too, but froze. Leia's chest rose and fell. Her lips trembled. And then, a faint, broken sound escaped. Pa! The crowd gasped. Mr. Cole staggered back, his heart racing. For 7 years he had prayed, begged, spent millions. Not a single word. And now, here it was, born not from doctors, not from wealth, but from a filthy bottle held by a beggar. Tears stung his eyes. Leia. Say it again. She clutched her throat. Her lips shaped the word once more. Po. Pa. Cracked. Raw. But real. His knees buckled. He fell, gathering her into his arms. He sobbed as her tiny voice broke years of silence. Maya stepped forward, her own hands trembling. I told you, it wasn't poison. It was all I had left from my grandma. She said it could heal what no doctor could. Mr. Cole turned, his tears hardening into suspicion. You expect me to believe that? That a dirty bottle from a street girl did what the best hospitals in the world could not? The crowd murmured. Some whispered, it's a miracle. Others hissed, it's dangerous. But then, Papa, the word rang again, clearer, stronger. The father broke. His pride shattered. He clutched his daughter tighter, his tears soaking her hair. All the castles, toys, vacations, and riches he had promised her were nothing compared to this. It was a hungry girl from the streets who gave her what money never could. Maya stood a step away, ready to be dragged off. But instead, Mr. Cole looked at her. His voice shook. Why? Why would you give this to her? Maya's answer was simple. Because I know what it feels like to be voiceless. And I wouldn't wish that on anyone. The crowd went silent. Her words struck deeper than any insult. Mr. Cole closed his eyes, pride still fighting him. But the truth pressed harder. When he opened them, his tears were flowing again. You saved her. Maya's lips parted. She hadn't expected those words. He reached into his pocket, pulling out a silk handkerchief. He pressed it into her hands. It's not enough. Nothing I give you will ever repay this. But you will never go hungry again. Not after today. Maya clutched the cloth. For the first time in years, someone had treated her like more than trash. Leia reached from her father's arms, her tiny hand brushing Maya's dirt-streaked fingers. Her lips moved around a new word. Friend. The crowd gasped. No one laughed. In that square, a miracle had unfolded. Not of wealth, not of science, but of faith, kindness, and courage. The millionaire had money, power, and everything the world could offer. But it was a ragged girl with a bottle who gave him his daughter's first voice. And nothing, not his rage, not his pride, not society's judgment, could erase that truth. If the story touched you, like and share. And tell me in the comments, would you have trusted the girl or pulled your child away?